Okay, so I lay back here in the back of my truck, man. I'm just waiting to get loaded up, but shit, I might as well lay back. But I'm gonna say this. This is basically a lesson for all the Brads, that's the white men that's out here dating black women in relationships with black women, but y'all still want Becky to be with y'all. See, this is another thing I've been saying I see a lot of. You have a lot of these white men that are basically white supremacists dating and getting in relationships with black women. And they'll hide their relationships for a while until eventually they just go straight full-blooded white supremacists, probably after a few months, probably after a whole year. But they go full-fledged white supremacists, after all this stuff of getting this black woman on deck. All of a sudden they go full supremacists, white supremacists. And normally the black women, they so in love with this white bread, they'll take, you have black women say that they'll rather deal with a white supremacist white man than to be with a black man. We have heard this before, these arguments. So you have these black women that are in white supremacist relationships with Keshia. Now, we are already told y'all that white men substitute black women for the white women they can't get with. White women are not choosing these white men. All you black women have to do is check his background to see how many other groups of white black women he dated, and you'll find out that he dated numerous white women and it didn't work because he was a loser. They didn't choose him. So they come to y'all when they get chosen by Becky and Susan. And y'all don't know no better because y'all so happy to get a white man, y'all don't care. So y'all get with this white dude, and this white dude get with you. So y'all are now, you become just as racist as the white man you with. But hold on. See, in the meantime, while Brad over there teaching you white supremacy, Keshia, Becky and Susan are looking at this shit like, huh? So no, fuck that, Susan. He's up here talking about white replacement, and he's laying up here with Keshia and Quanisha. No fucking way. You know what? I wanted to give a white guy a chance, but fuck it. I'm looking at Tyrone Maximus with the big long beep. So y'all got these Becky's and Susan peeping y'all out. Y'all relationships out. Now, the thing is, I'm going to show you the hypocrisy of white men and divestment black women. For one thing, for start, Brad, he feels that he's able to lay up with black women or any other group of women because he's a white man. He feels he controls the world. He controls everything. He got the privilege of the white twinkle or white Jesus in his eye. Nothing can fuck with him. He's white. That's it. He can be a white dude in poverty, but he think he's far as he's concerned, his whiteness makes him far superior over any black man. No matter how much money that black man got, to him, you just a nigger with money. I'm white, and that's worth way more than all the money you got. So he feel that he could be able to lay up with Keshia and other groups of women, but still Becky's supposed to be at his beck and call because that's his white woman. And Becky shouldn't refuse him because he's a white man, she's a white woman, she's supposed to go along with the program. Now, on the other side, you got Keshia. Keshia feels that if she's laying there with Brad, the most powerful man on the planet, she feels that she's got the same status of Becky, or at least adjacent to it. So in her mind, she feel like, nigga, you should do what I tell you to do because white men choosing me to lay with. But Keshia, he's not gonna marry you, nigga. I don't care. It's the whole point of this white man choosing me to lay with him. That's the only thing that matters. Nigga, you need to bow down to me. So black women feel the same way that white supremacist white men feel. If you ever paid attention, white women and black women, white men and black women do not like accountability whatsoever. Accountability and responsibility, they both shun it. If you pay attention, black women shun accountability and responsibility. And who else shun accountability and responsibility? White men. White men, they shun that shit, boy. You talk about accountability, responsibility, that white man a melted with them, went, accountability, responsibility, black fatigue. That nigga shrivel up like a fucking grape and turn into a raisin. And you tell them about accountability and responsibility, that's black fatigue. So Keshia don't like accountability and responsibility either. Both of them are opposed to it. Why you think Keshia and Brad work together? Why you think Keshia can get with a white supremacist Brad? But see, it's a lot of projection by both white men and black women. Let it be Becky and Tyrone get together. Brad, in his mind, he think you don't supposed to be over there with that ninja. You supposed to be over here with me, your white man. I'm your real partner. And you got Keshia over there. Wait a minute, Tyrone. You can't go over there and get with that Keshia. You a sellout in the Uncle Tom. Even though I'm laying up with this white man having all these biracial kids. Nigga, you supposed to be at my beck and call. Because remember, you a slave to that white man. So that make you, by adjacent, you my slave. And you supposed to be right here with me. So you got both divestment Keshia and Brad telling white women where you need to belong at and black men where you belong at. Why you think black women are the only ones can divest and bring a white man into the community on some pro-black shit? How you know that white man ain't no motherfucker white supremacist? And see, that's what I'm saying. If it ever was shit the system were to break down and y'all let a lot of these black women in with the, y'all better off, I'm telling you what, y'all better off letting Becky in with Tyrone than Keshia in with Brad. Because at least Becky will fall in line with the community. But see, black women don't want to accept Becky because Becky is competition for white men and black men. That's why they don't like biracial women. They see biracial women as a threat for Brad and Tyrone. Even though black women lay up and have biracial children with Brad, they hate to compete with Bianca is biracial women. They hate to compete with Bianca. That's why that black girl was going off on the biracial girl when she went in that beauty place. So that's why she went off on her car, all kind of names up under the sun. We are not gonna even repeat all the words this black woman said to this biracial woman to have her crying. Which is real, that's fucked up. Because that same black woman will lay up with a white man in a minute and have a biracial kid. That's the problem with the divestment movement. You'll have all these black women have a problem with biracial women. Hence Chrissy, and what's her name? Paris Mulan. They have a deep-seated hatred for biracial women. Even though they are dark-skinned black women and they promote the divestment movement, they still talk all this dark-skinned beauty and all this kind of shit, and then still want to lay up and not produce themselves, which is the fucking hypocrisy. But like I said, black women and white men, white women and black women and white men want to control the reproductive situation between Becky and Tyrone. And that's the way, I don't care what, that's the way it looks to me, and that's the way it looks to a lot of black men that see this shit, and that's the way it's looking to Becky. That's why you got all these white women seeing this shit and coming out and saying it. How the fuck y'all gonna tell white women who they can fuck with, and y'all up here secretly been laying up here with black women for years and trying to keep it a hush hush? See, Becky been paying attention. Y'all white boys, just to let y'all know, Becky has been, y'all white women has been paying attention to the shit y'all doing, and you think this is why these white women, when they ask them what type of man they want, that's why these white women come out and say, fuck it, I want me Tyrone. Fuck Brad, I want me Tyrone. I don't care if he's jealous. That's why y'all got all these white women coming out saying this shit. See, we don't care if Keshia come out and say they hate black men, because they've been doing that for years. We used to that. Y'all white men ain't used to Becky. And Susan telling y'all they don't want y'all and they rather have Tyrone. That's when it stings. And then when it stings black women, when they find out after they get ran through by Brad, they want to run back to black men on the reach back, and they see who they see up there. Oh, no, that nigga don't got Becky up there.